Hey, it's the Big Ol' Pile of Money. Welcome to the channel. This is a video of how I made almost $1,000. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please consider giving it a subscribe, and we'll get into the video here in a minute. This channel, if you're not aware, is basically tracking through time how to invest, and let's get into the video. So, log in to Vanguard. If you don't know how to make an account or what I'm doing, I have multiple different videos that is basically I guess for lack of a better term, chronologic order of starting the account, adding money into the account, and tracking it through time. You'll see right now $933.47, but most importantly, the returns is $66.56, which is up year to date, as it was started this year, about 15.6%. So what does that mean? I mean, you see at the very beginning, you'll see in other videos, initially it went negative, but then it kept growing. Well, I put $25 per week into a brokerage account. And again, if you're not sure how to start one, go ahead and check out my first video and other videos through time to see how this is added every week. And then I buy VTI. It's essentially a stock that tracks all the stocks in the US stock market. So you hear what you do is see me doing this again. I'm just buying dollars instead of shares. I haven't made a video in a while, so that $25 sits in an account where it earns interest. I'm putting all of the dollars that were added, including the interest, in to buy a dollar amount of VTI. And then I'll look at the order and make sure everything looks good, and then I will submit the order. And so you can see that this has made quite a bit of money so far compared to just sticking that into like a checking account or stuffing it under a mattress or something like that. Now here's an investment calculator. If you haven't seen one before, you have not watched any of the other videos, which is fine. But basically, you type in an age, type in when you plan to retire. Kind of misput 56, but hey, I mean, anything's possible, I guess. Probably not with this amount of money that we're putting in, but how much do we currently have? Well, you saw earlier, we had $933.47. How much will you contribute monthly? Well, $25 a week is $1,300 a year, so it's not quite $100 a month. If you actually divide that out, it's going to be about $108 or so. So we'll put in the exact number with how much we'll contribute monthly into the calculator. And so again, if you start at 30, put in 56, we'll play around with some more numbers here in a second. I put in how much we currently have, and then $108.33. What's our rate of return? Well, you can put whatever you want. If you look at the bottom, the S&P 500 has made 10 to 12%. We'll just put slightly under that, 9%, $143,000. Well, let's go ahead and adjust that to 67, and there you go, $409,871. Now, importantly, if you look at the bottom, which we'll see in a second, how much is contributions versus how much is growth. Now, if you do this earlier and you do it at 18, only $25 a week would get you $1.2 million. And how much did you put in? 63 grand? Your growth was 1.165 million. That's incredible. Just from having the money be in this account versus somewhere else. Now let's say you just do it for 5-6 years. Even that, even though it's not a ton of money, look at that growth. You get 3 grand just from putting it in there. Now, we got 15%, which 15% is unrealistic long term. It's going to go up and down. If you see anybody that says you can make 15% per year, please run away from that person. Because 18 to 67, $25 a week, you will not have $14 million. If you ended up doing that, please let me know. because you're probably in the government and you probably know something. But 8% seems reasonable. Even at 8%, it's pretty good. Now, when I talk about my other videos, here's my channel. Again, this is just starting out day one with the very first video, and then some of them have some other educational content in them, but a lot of it is just tracking and seeing how this works over time. You can do it into a calculator, but to actually see the results through the weeks, through the months, and then eventually through the years is kind of important. It's kind of like a don't just take my word for it. This is what I actually do with my other money. This is also what is a good idea. If this video is helpful, consider giving it a like, sharing it, and of course subscribing would be very helpful in helping the channel grow. Thanks, and I hope you're doing well.